one of the reasons that a man will choose to ignore you is that he is hurt and he's shutting down. I want to start with this because I think immediately when we talk about men ignoring a woman, we go straight to just men being selfish, men being just horrible people, just all these negative things, all right? And granted, we can argue that regardless of his feelings being hurt, ignoring is an act of selfishness, all right? Because he's disregarding how that makes you feel. However, we cannot overlook the fact that sometimes the woman's actions can cause a man to want to shut down. And it's important as a woman, if you are dating a man or in a relationship, that you always take a moment to ask yourself, have I done anything to negatively pour into this situation? Not, again, to excuse him, not to make it your fault and have you beat yourself up. But you have to understand the mistakes, or you have to understand the issues that contribute to these problems so that you can break the pattern, break the cycle. Because as a relationship coach, I sit down with so many people. I've talked to so many people, and I see situations where some couples are arguing over and over again, or they have this ignoring and shutting down pattern over and over again. And what's happening is they'll finally talk, they'll quote unquote make up and move forward, but they never resolve the underlying issues that led to this act of ignoring. So getting back to the original point, he's hurt and he's shut down. You have to understand that men can be very fragile emotionally for various reasons. One of those reasons is that men are not grown up or raised to be in tune with their emotions, to be expressive. So it's already an uncomfortable or difficult thing for some men. All right. But, and also I would argue that because men are not as emotionally wired as women, they spend less time in their emotions to get more comfortable with it. Not to mention that many men have experienced, whether it be in their own household growing up or in other relationships, women not being receptive to them being expressive. Now, I feel the need to make this very clear, especially if there's any man watching this video. I do think that we have to create a society where men can openly express themselves. But men do have to understand that there's a difference between expressing yourself and being emotionally unstable, being whiny, throwing yourself a pity party and wanting to remain there. These things are never going to be, let me not use the word never, but they're rarely going to be looked upon in a good way by a woman. And I think that sometimes we misunderstand this idea of when you teach a young boy to toughen up and deal with it, that there is a balance of, yes, don't allow this to cause you to lose your composure, but still own how you feel and express it. Now, I don't want to go too far off because that's just, I feel like I had to mention that. But getting back to, he is ignoring you because he's hurt and he's shut down. Men can be fragile. And so many times in discussions, in disagreements, sometimes the woman is not being mindful of how she is speaking to that man. Not being mindful of how you are shutting him down in the sense of whatever no, you're wrong. No, it's not this. You're not even allowing yourself to listen to him. And so now he chooses, okay, I'm not even going to speak at all. And now when you attempt to speak to him, he's like, no, it's pointless. I'm just going to not say anything and just wait till this hopefully blows over. And then we just act like this never happened. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper into that later. But the point is, yes, because there is the possibility that him ignoring you is due to conflict that occurred between you two, you want to, before you attack his ignoring as him just being, again, selfish in that moment, you got to give yourself an opportunity to say, okay, what have I done? Have I done anything to set the stage for this? Because if the goal is to rectify the situation, you're going to have to own up to what you did to cause him or to contribute to him shutting down and ignoring you. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Sometimes men can be confusing as hell. just going to put it out there because I know many of you have experienced it where you don't understand what he's thinking. You don't understand what he wants. He may not always be straightforward about it. And